is my bed. And over the next 100 days, we're growing a giant ant colony to live inside of it. But this project is going to be really difficult.
Hi everyone. Okay, I can't believe what I just clicked on. Someone actually turned their bed into a giant ant farm. Like, hold up. You're telling me the place where you sleep, the place where you're supposed to feel safe and cozy, is now crawling with thousands of ants? This is straight up madness. I don't know whether to call this genius or a nightmare. Look at this. They've literally built tunnels, chambers, little ant highways inside the bed frame. That's not a bed anymore. That's an ant city. Imagine laying down, closing your eyes, and hearing skr, 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 ants marching underneath you. Nope, 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 I'm out. But at the same time, this is kind of brilliant. Like, who thinks of this? Most people get an ant farm toy the size of a shoebox. This guy said, nah, let's go full kingdom mode. My bed is the ant farm. And look at the ants. They're actually thriving. Building tunnels, carrying food, organizing like a real colony. This is science mixed with absolute chaos. But here's the question. How do you even sleep at night? Like one small crack in the glass and suddenly you're not dreaming. Your lunch. I gotta admit though, as crazy as it looks, this is one of the most creative builds I've ever seen. It's funny, it's terrifying, and it's brilliant all at once. So here's my question to you. Would you ever sleep on a bed that's actually an ant farm? Or would you burn the whole thing down? Because me, I'm bringing a flamethrower. End of story. This video is straight up legendary.
So I'm adding some motivation, because who doesn't love a sweet treat? But nothing happened. Until one brave ant started to make the trek. I'm gonna call you Scout. When ants find food, they leave a pheromone trail and report straight back to the queen. Just like Scout is doing now. And soon, the whole colony was migrating to their new home. This is really cute, but the real ant bed will be 100 times bigger. And our colony needs to grow much stronger, because soon, they'll come face to face with a predator. Back in the wild, Adam was searching far and wide for an ant colony.
Every explorer knows that ants hide deep in the forest. Whoa, this is a yellow jacket wasp. They're expert hunters, but not what we're looking for. And over the next hour, we looked for ants everywhere. But we still couldn't find any ants. I was giving up hope, but then I had an idea. If I can't find the ants need to find me.
So here's the game plan. First, we need to grow our colony to 500 ants. Then, we're turning my bed into Atlantis, an epic ant farm with jungle terrain and a huge fish tank. And finally, if it works, we're installing it in my bedroom and sleeping on it. And I have a challenge for you. Can you spot these ants hidden somewhere in this video? It's day 42 and we have so many ants. So I'm setting up a dedicated feeding station where they can explore and eat. And as usual, Scout was the first to check it out. She's taking food back to the bed. Look at her, bringing home the groceries. And it's working! The colony found the food. Check it out. Elsa has a huge stockpile of eggs.
Jamie, there's ants on the table! Right here!
Come on! Oh no, the ants are escaping!
No, wait, don't do that!
Squishing an ant creates alarm pheromones that attract more ants to the scene. Lucky for me, I have my bug vacuum. Phew! That was a close one. But over the next 2 days, I noticed something. The ants are completely out of food, and lots of Elsa's eggs are missing. It turns out, ants can get so hungry that they'll sacrifice their own. I only have these butterworms that my dragon Gizmo eats, but they're way too big for our ants. Joelle, go find food for our ants.
Okay, emergency mission. Our ant colony is starving. We need to find protein now. They have so many insects to choose from. Not these ones. Ew, this is so gross. These guys would jump everywhere. Ooh, these are the most useless animals ever. What kind of a fly can't fly? But they just might work.
We need way more space for our growing ant colony. So I'm setting up the bed frame that will house thousands of ants. You may remember my bed fish tank. It was really cool, but so uncomfortable. So this time, I'm adding a mattress. I can't wait to finally have my dream bedroom. Joelle's back.
I got the protein.
If these wingless flies don't work, our colony is in trouble. Oh no, the flies are climbing. But what they don't know is that the ants can climb too. Holy smokes, they're going crazy.
They're literally fighting over one.
With the ant colony fed, they were one step closer to their bed. Meanwhile, Adam was also having success.
No way! An ant! If you've ever left a sugary snack in the kitchen, you know that ants will swarm it and take it back to the nest. My plan is working. Oh, he's on the move. But it's so hard to track him. He's really fast. Lead me to your queen. He led me to the nest. Oh, there's ants everywhere. Okay, colony secured. These guys have tons of workers with plenty of food around. Man, I love it out here.
Soldier ants, please report back to the build site immediately. We need your help to finish Atlantis. Sincerely, your ants.
I'm coming, Jamie!
On day 71, we found a huge surprise.
We have so many ants. Joelle, how many flies did you feed them? All of them?
This is getting out of control. There are so many traffic jams.
Jamie, the ants in the wild had unlimited space to explore. These ants are gonna need way more rooms.
So I'm ordering heaps of tunnels and chambers for our ants.
Whoa. These are all so cool, but they're so expensive.
Thankfully, I have Revolut. And right now, they're giving a $20 sign-up bonus. While we wait for our packages, let's feed my axolotls. Revolut is a global finance app that gives you total control over your money, which is a big part of money freedom. And it's trusted by over 60 million people worldwide. Oh nice, the packages are here. Soon, our ants will have so much more space. But setting all this up is gonna take a while. With Revolut, I can create a secure, single-use virtual card that basically disappears after ordering. It's perfect for spending securely online or when you're traveling. You can use it anywhere to spend and exchange over 25 different currencies with no hidden fees. Plus, get 24/7 support all from your phone. Welcome to Ant Town, featuring a 3-story hotel and a huge shopping mall. Time for the ants to move in. So try Revolut today using the link in my description. Look at them all go! Meanwhile, Adam is setting up my bedroom.
The first layer of our bed will be these rocks. These pebbles will provide a drainage layer, because if it gets too moist in here, it could get moldy, and that would harm our ants. And since the ants love their tunnels in Ant Town, I'm creating a massive tunnel system in the bed. Because in just a few days, thousands of ants will be making their nest in here. So we need to get moving. Thankfully, I have $1,000 worth of supplies to make this epic. Oh, I hate cacti. But when I started to plant, I noticed something. I'm missing 9 bags of sand. There is no way this is going to be enough for our ants.
This looks terrible.
Meanwhile, Ant Town was flourishing. The ants have populated the hotel and completely taken over the mall. They've even eaten a whole butterworm. Gizmo would be so proud. But then I found something.
That ant has wings.
Ants with wings are super rare.
Got her, I got her.
But we can't leave her here in Ant Town. You see, this ant will become the queen of her very own colony and start the cycle again. And as amazing as she is, the right thing to do is to let her go. Good luck out there, Your Majesty. And if you want your own ant farm, I'm giving away this ant hotel. It'll be the perfect starter home for your own ant colony. So comment for your chance to win. But on day 91, disaster struck.
There's a spider in here.
That's not a spider, that's a centipede, an apex predator. But when Joelle tried to get him, she knocked him off.
No.
He's way bigger than our ants, and much stronger too. Their only chance is to work as a team to swarm the centipede and bring it down. At first, it was chaos. But then, they started to work together. The colony won! They actually won! Oh no, Scout isn't moving much. She must have been hurt in the battle. Scout was with us from the very beginning. Her bravery helped the colony grow from 1 to 100 to over 1,000 ants. In nature, ants create graveyards for their lost friends, where they hold proper funerals. R.I.P. Scout. We'll forever honor your dedication to the colony. Over the next few days, we worked together just like a real ant colony. It honestly felt like we could build anything. Everything was looking great, and right on time, our package arrived. This is the final piece of Atlantis, and it's gonna make our bed look insane. You see, this massive ant colony needs perfect humidity, because if the air gets too dry, Queen Elsa's eggs could shrivel up and the whole colony could die. So we're turning Atlantis into a paludarium, an ecosystem that's half land and half water. But I still need to glue their fish tank, so for now, they're hanging out in here. I picked these because they look like a real rainbow. Aw, they look like they're dancing. Watch what happens when I light them up. They're called glowfish because they have a special bioluminescent gene. But we have to be careful because the ants could get eaten, or even worse, they could drown. But when I went to seal the fish tank, I realized I cut the acrylic slightly too short. We could fill the gap with spray foam, but I don't want to risk it. I've had fish tanks leak before, and that cannot happen in my bed. I'm gonna try this scrap piece of acrylic instead. Fingers crossed this works. But then I noticed an even bigger problem. If our ants climb up and over this barrier, they could drown. So as a last resort, I'm applying this anti-escape liquid, but I have no idea if it even works. It's day 100 and we're almost ready. We made an ant candy store and even a protein bar. But then it was time to fill up the fish tank, and I was holding my breath the entire time.
It's working! This looks so good.
My bed isn't just an ant colony, it's a whole ecosystem. But now our ants have to cross into Atlantis. And at first, they didn't want to move. I think they missed Scout. I have an idea. Ants follow familiar scents, so I'm moving a miniature tree into Atlantis. I waited and waited as the scent traveled down from Atlantis, until finally,
Look at them go.
a lot of people are afraid of ants and even see them as pests. But this project showed us just how amazing they can be.
There goes Elsa.
They're strong, brave, insanely hardworking, and loyal to their colony.
Look at them exploring Atlantis.
And after 100 days of insanely hard work, I could finally get a good night's sleep. Subscribe to Honor Scout.